Aloha, friends. Aloha, friends. Welcome. Welcome. We're just calling in some Reiki energy. I'm just drawing all the symbols. That's what all of this is. And you gotta take a Reiki class to get the symbols. Okay? Alright. I'm gonna stop this music. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Aloha. Buenas noches. Buenos dias. Whatever time it is. It's a beautiful time to be alive and to be coming together. My name is Taylor. I am a Usui Holy Fire Reiki Master Teacher. And I realize on these live streams, I am all fun and bubbly and like very inner child and everything. And y'all might be like, she's not very professional. I actually am a professional member of the International Center for Reiki Training. I am certified in Reiki 1 and 2, in advanced Reiki training, in Reiki Master training. I have all kinds of certifications in holistic health, Ayurveda, yoga, as well as obviously Reiki. I have advanced degrees. I'm a very well educated person, but on these live streams I like to have a lot of fun, and I really let Reiki guide me. And what seems to come forward a lot of time is just this really playful energy, which I think is appropriate to Instagram and also appropriate to social media, because everyone's attention span is so short. So my playful personality really comes through on these live streams, but the information quality is still of my more serious educated self, certified self. So I think no one's saying I'm not receiving bad feedback about it. It just came to my awareness that that's maybe something I should mention or talk about a bit more. So welcome, everyone. This is gotta look at my notes here, day 37 of the 40 days of Reiki. Wow, day 37. Welcome. What is the 40 days of Reiki? Well, my intention with the 40 days of Reiki is to educate, inform, inspire, and intrigue you about Reiki as a tool for healing in mind, body, soul, and spirit, as well as a tool for spiritual awakening and as a spiritual path in and of itself, if you choose for it to be so. It can also be a profession where you become a professional Reiki healer, you eventually become a professional Reiki teacher, you develop courses, all sorts of stuff. The potential is endless, and there's no one way. You gotta use it. It's really whatever resonates. And I think, it's taken me 40 days to really explain that in every way possible, and to keep thinking and feeling through new ways to articulate different angles and perspectives about how Reiki is this healing tool, as well as a catalyst really for spiritual awakening. So that's what we're doing here, and it's taken the form of me coming on live here on Instagram at Joyful Raw Life and reposting these videos on my YouTube channel, Taylor A. Norris, where you can find all of them, the whole deal on my IGTV as well as on my YouTube channel. Now, if you guys are coming here, you're feeling some healing, please share this to your social media, share this to your stories. Hit the like, hit the heart, show me some love back if you're receiving healing here. We will be calling in the Reiki energy in an invocation where you'll have the opportunity to receive some healing energy. Also, if you're like, I'm on board, I want to learn Reiki, well, I am teaching a Reiki class in May, and that will be offered online, worldwide, meaning you can tune in and learn Reiki from the comfort of your home, from your couch, eating your own food, drinking your favorite tea, with your doggy right there, or your kitty, or your husband, or and not have to go anywhere and just learn Reiki and have a wonderful healing weekend. It's a Saturday, Sunday, full day, each day event, and you will be trained, you will be attuned to the Reiki energy, because Reiki is a specific frequency. You will be tuned, that energy will be placed within you. Ain't nothing nobody can do to take it out of you once it's in you, unless you really don't want it. I'm sure you probably could ask it to leave, but if it's like trying to be stolen or something, it's in you, for as long as you choose to have it in you. So you will be attuned to the energy, and you will also learn from me a bunch of tried and true, time-tested techniques and tools for using the energy to heal yourself, use it on yourself, as well as share it with others, whether that's friends and family, or if you'd like to charge for sessions, you will be able to do that, and you'll know how to give sessions both in person, actually touching people, or hovering above, as well as giving sessions online that will be made available to you in that course and in that training. And y'all can find out more details about it. The link is in my bio, or it's in the YouTube description. And I'm just a DM away. If you have a question, you can comment it down below. You can also always DM me. No question is too stupid or too basic. Just ask. It's really all good. No judgment here. I'll answer. Maybe I'll even do a voice memo. Okay? All right. 'Cause I'm that generous. All right. Without further ado, let's call in the Reiki energy, a Reiki invocation. Reiki invocation is like a guided meditation, and Reiki energy comes from a very high source of consciousness that respects free will. So if you're unsure about Reiki, you won't receive any. If you want a whole lot, you'll receive as much as you can handle. So let's do it. Go ahead and close your eyes and tune in. Turn your awareness inward. Slow down, slow down, slow down, and come inside. Come inside this world of you, where there's peace, there's love, there's truth, there's guidance, there's clarity, there's compassion, forgiveness, gentleness, power, strength. Oh, so many gifts, so many blessings. There's gratitude there too. There's gratitude there too. And make space to receive the light of Reiki. The light of Reiki fills the space around you. As you breathe in, the light of Reiki flows in on your breath and fills your body. You receive the light, and the light within you wakes up and is revealed to you. This is the light of your life force, your spirit. There are archangels standing at the corners of the land, and on every side, standing all around you, and they shine their light into the light. As you breathe in, the power of love fills your breath, and you receive the power of love, and the power of love within you wakes up. The power of love within you is revealed to you. You remember, love is who you are at the core of your being. Love is your truth. The light of the divine mind fills your breath, and as you breathe in, you receive the power of the divine mind, and the divine mind within you wakes up. The divine mind within you is revealed to you. Your higher consciousness, your higher thought is present, and the field of possibilities is open. Your intuition, your instincts, your imagination are awake. Your inner guidance, your inner truth, and your inner authority are revealed to you. Your heightened perceptions, senses, instincts, and observations are awake and present and revealed to you. The light of the divine heart fills your breath, and as you breathe in, you receive the power of the divine heart, and the divine heart within you wakes up. Your heart light is revealed. Your heart light shines out in front of you, on each side, above you, below you, within you. This is your divine presence. And as you see your divine presence, you see it in everything and everyone around you. The light of the earth rises through you and fills your body and your breath. And you remember that your body is made of the earth. Your body gives your life force, your spirit, breath, and life. Your body is the treasure house for your great beaming light. Your pure human spirit is revealed to you. The light of creation, the light of God, fills the air you breathe and flows in and reveals the light of creation, the light of God in you. Your divine spirit is revealed. Your divine spirit and your human spirit unify in your breath, in your body. When you listen, you can hear the heartbeat of the earth and the heartbeat of creation beating in the same rhythm as your human heart. The light of creation and the light of your body are one light within you. Your divine nature is present and awake in your human nature. You remember your beautiful spirit, your life force is here in your life, guiding you in this moment in time. Look into your heart and say thank you to you. Take this time to notice how deeply you love, how deeply you care. We say thank you to each other. We are meant to be here together today. We say thank you to the angels and the enlightened ones who join us. And thank you to the teachers who come before us and the descendants who come after us. We are honored to be among them. Aho, amen, namaste, and so it is. Thank you, mahalo, gracias. As a child of God, I claim my power and purpose as a servant of God. I demand that all darkness leave me and all who are present immediately. Into the light be healed. Into the light be healed. Into the light be healed. I ask that Archangel Michael place me and all who are present in his blue bubble of protection against all darkness. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this healing. A part of this exchange. Beautiful, beautiful people. If y'all have any questions, I always open it up to your questions. And no question is too stupid or too basic. Even if I've already answered it before, you're welcome to ask your questions. Share your heart, share your love, share your emojis. I'm fluent in emoji. So, yes, I'll take a sip of water and see if y'all say anything. And as I always say, I have plenty to say, so don't worry if you don't have a question right now. But if you do have one, you're welcome to put it in at any time. So, today, what happened? Today was a beautiful day. Every day's been a beautiful day. You're awesome too, Richard. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Beautiful energy, Richard. Always. Beautiful, high vibe energy from you. Appreciate that. Everyone who's drawn to these, it's like good energy people, you know. That's who Reiki calls in. That's who Reiki attracts. It's all of us light workers who may not even really be aware that that's what we are, like that's what we're doing. But when you learn Reiki, it's like, oh, I am a light worker. All right, that's my whole deal. I can start embracing that and coming to really understand what that means and how to step into that more fully and completely and make that work here, now, in the modern age, in the modern day life, where it's like, yo, I'm a light worker, but like, being an empath, how many empaths maybe you're an empath, I certainly am an empath, are like, oh my God, I hate being an empath. Like, I hate being so emotional and, wearing my heart on my sleeve and, feeling the feelings of other people and like always knowing where everybody's at. It makes it so that like I can't be around other people or enjoy other people or, just being so dang sensitive. What to do, shut it down, and in shutting it down, create disease in the body, disease in the mind. Reiki has been a wonderful tool for me to harness the power of being an empath, because y'all, like, if you're an empath, this is a superpower, this is a very good thing. If you're sensitive, this is a superpower. This is a good thing, right? And Reiki, for me, totally unblocked me. Like, I was already super sensitive. Like, ask anybody who's known me at any point in my life, pretty much. I've always been very, very sensitive, but Reiki empowered me to find ways to navigate this modern world as an extremely sensitive person, as an empath, as a very emotional person, also as a very rational person. Like I said, I have all this, left brain training, analytical thinker. I can do the whole linear thing really well, and excel in that realm. Richard asked, what initially got me on board to start Reiki? Well, I had heard about it because, when you're in like a spiritual kind of personal growth space, you hear about things like this, right? I had heard about it. At least my first conscious memory was that I was in Koh Phangan, Thailand, which, Richard, you would love. You should definitely go there. It's like vegan island paradise in Thailand. The food's good. It's really cheap. It's a good time. So I was there and, I was doing my little like raw vegan cafe hopping and vegan cafe hopping, and I saw there were like some Reiki centers, there were Reiki trainings, and I was like, that's interesting. Okay, so it was on my radar. And before that, it had been brought on my radar by my dear friend and soul sister, who later became my first Reiki teacher. She was telling me about a lot of the healing that she had been experiencing with this psychic she was working with, who was also a Reiki master and a Reiki teacher. And this is someone who, my Reiki teacher who was telling me about this, like, she had been on a healing path for a long time. Homegirl, like, had done a lot of self-work, a lot of healing work, a lot of the same healing work that I was engaged in at that time. And, I knew she knew her stuff and what she was talking about. She's very, like, deep, sensitive, intuitive, beautiful person, talented person. And so when she started telling me about all this healing she had been having from this psychic and from Reiki, I was like, that's interesting. We kind of stayed in touch. I was out traveling, doing my thing. And then I was seeing then over the next several years how her life was getting better. My first Reiki teacher and friend who was on that path, and I was like, dang, like, this stuff must actually be working. And then she announced that she was teaching her first set of Reiki classes, and she taught it maybe once or twice, and then I hit it like maybe her second class she had ever taught. Just by virtue of, I really trust her. I trusted her energy. I just trusted, and my inner guidance was giving me like the full green light, like, just go for it, Taylor. Like, I didn't really understand. I didn't really get what Reiki was. I didn't know that, you know, I would later be teaching it or doing energy healing sessions with people. You know, I knew at that time, like, I definitely knew I was an empath. I was a sensitive. I've touched people before, and they've been like, you know, you feel like you're an angel. You feel like, wow, you're doing energy healing. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm just literally just touching you, you know, and like, but stuff was always coming through. And, you know, also understanding, I'm trained as a therapist too. Like, that's what I went to grad school for. I'm a holistic health coach. Like, I've been like a professional space holder for people, like in that counseling role, in that helping role for people. So I was like, you know, maybe Reiki could help me, and like it could be another healing tool. You know, I was just really curious. I didn't really, again, I've said this before on here, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into when I did my first training. And when I look back, I'm like, thank God I did it. Thank God I did it then. Wish I would have done a Reiki training sooner, but like, everything happens in divine timing. I think I was able to appreciate it to the extent that I do now, given that I'd done all those years of self-work before, and come to realize, like, that stuff is hard. When you're really dedicated to personal growth, it's hard, it can be slow, it's challenging. You know, the healing's not linear. There's a lot of this, you know, you're getting better, and then like you regress, or, you know, there's slip-ups, there's, you know, I know what to do, but I'm not doing it kind of situation. Like, self-discipline is challenging. You know, being really good and focused on doing the tool or the technique for a while and then falling off. So I'd really been working on a lot of this stuff. I'd been on a healing journey for years already. I'd been on a spiritual awakening journey. As soon as my health journey started, I went vegan. It was also spiritual awakening started for me. The two were not separate. They've never been separate for me. But yeah, so by the time I finally got to Reiki, it was like, yo, I'd already been like dedicated on a healing path, a spiritual path for 7 years. So I was like super rocket ship, jet packed once I finally received the energy, because that's a whole thing at the training, is you're actually just receiving the energy. And so that is very, very powerful, and that can kind of be like, oh, I don't really get that. Like, don't worry about it. Like, if you get it, if you take a training, you'll get it later. Like, you don't have to understand. That's what's so beautiful. You don't have to understand any of this, how it works, why you're drawn to it, you know, really anything for it to work, it'll just work. It's super high consciousness. Like I've said on here, you know, Jesus is like, yeah, like, it's foolproof. You can't mess it up, you know, and it doesn't require that you know, be a certain race, a certain age, a certain gender, a certain sexual orientation, a certain level of education. It doesn't require you be a certain religion, a certain spiritual path. Reiki doesn't require you to be spiritual or religious at all. You know, if you're an atheist, that's cool. If you're agnostic, that's cool. If you believe in God, great. If you don't believe in God, great. If you know, love science and that's your thing, great. If you hate science and that's not your thing, great. You know, if you want to call it something else, even, that's cool. Alright, like, it doesn't care. All that's required is, you know, you sign up for a class, you give it permission, and you open yourself to receive the energy. And like I said, because I came into my first training with so much work already under my belt, it's like everything in my life like fast-tracked and rocket shipped after I finally did that training. So really, anything you've done that's been positive before a Reiki training, it's like finally that a lot of that goodness will like all click into place and be a whole lot easier and more effortless than it's ever been before. You'll actually enjoy it. Yeah, Richard says, it's super interesting. My partner has all her training and is planning on getting trained to be able to certify others in Reiki. I'm starting to learn more about it. Yeah, so it sounds like your partner is going to be doing a master training maybe soon. Yeah, that's something I'll be teaching in the future. But yeah, the Reiki 1 and 2 that I teach is your intro. It's like your beginner course, your first. It's good for anybody. It's also a good thing to retake later on. I've retaken it. Anytime you take a Reiki class too, you're receiving another attunement. You're receiving the energy again. And it upgrades too. It's a constantly upgrading energy. So like every time you get an attunement or a placement, anytime you get a Reiki session, you're getting like even more upgraded energy. Every day I work with Reiki, it's like it's more upgraded, and it's more, because it's conscious, it changes, it morphs to meet our needs and whatever we're ready for and whatever we're asking for. So like, you know, everybody who will receive the energy will have different things that they're asking for too. So like for me, as someone who's been a health coach, for example, for so long, I've asked it for, hey, like we need something that's going to make a healthy lifestyle easier, more enjoyable, you know, more sustainable, all this stuff. Reiki answered me back. I got a symbol for it. You know, I haven't shared it yet. I will be sharing it. But, you know, can I have a symbol that will connect people to their source and to the frequency of harmonic creation, meaning creating from a space of love that really takes into account the interdependence of all energy, aka all that exists across space and time. Reiki's like, yeah, I got that. You know, I'm asking for the cure to mental illness, and Reiki's like, yeah, well, I already gave that, but here's how to use that. Okay. You know, I'm asking for the energetic etiology of disease, and Reiki's like, all right, I show you that. And it's like, I get the download, and it's like, whoa, dude, like, that was different than what I thought it was going to be, but like, cool. All right, that's how that works. And like, what's the solution for all of this? Okay, there's this series of 3 symbols for that in conjunction with the existing Reiki symbols. Then, you know, I'm asking for, like Reiki. We need to be able to get along in the world. You know, everybody's like blowing each other up, people killing each other. Then you got people in like, you know, supposed to be love and light communities that where, you know, there's unhealthy ego present. There's, you know, there's not this ability to really all share this personal growth space and like really celebrate everybody shining together. Like how can we not only just stop killing ourselves, you know, ourselves, because you kill somebody else, you've killed a part of yourself. Like that's what's going on. That's why veganism is like a really good fit. But like, okay, here's the thing. Reiki doesn't care if you're vegan, raw vegan, carnivore, all right? Reiki will work for you and help you find the right diet for you and the right way to relate, like a healthy way for you to relate to food in your body. Reiki gave me that, and trust me, I've been working on that for years. It's been really challenging, and finally it's like, man, I get the body of my dreams, I get to enjoy all my food, and I get to like not have a whole like conniption about it. It's like, thank goodness this took long enough. You know, I'm just grateful it came at all. So I was saying though, Reiki delivered on that, you know, humans stop killing each other thing, as well as humans actually coming together and creating communities that are rooted in personal growth and getting along and supporting each other's, celebrating each other, and also balancing each other. So I was like, that's cool, because I've literally been traveling the world looking for that. Like, I've gone to a whole bunch of different communities, lived in community settings, you know, whether they're rooted in dietary philosophy or rooted in spiritual tradition. I've tried. I mean, there are other people who have been to more or something. I'm not trying to compete here, but like this is something I've been looking for a long time, and I have not found that to date. And I think this is like something that ancient civilizations really needed too, and that is relevant now. Like our civilization right now, human civilization, needs to really get the download of how to stop killing each other and like come together and not only like stop killing each other, but like get along well, support each other, balance each other, create together from a space of love, and be able to share the spotlight, where everybody's shining. And you shining doesn't mean I shine less. In fact, the more you shine, the more I shine. And we create more light, and there's more healing, and there's more awakening, and there's more goodness in the world. There's more abundance. There's more abundance of life. And suddenly, guess what happened? We've ascended the earth in the physical. Wow. And it is the place to be in the multiverse. And we get to live here. It's a good time. It's a good time. So, yeah, that's how I got into Reiki. Costa Rica is brilliant. Somebody just asked, how's Costa Rica? It's great. It's great. I'm loving it. Synchronicities, that's a big thing with Reiki too. Synchronicities happening. I've been going to different vegan cafes. I met an Instagram friend there the other day. Just bumped into her, another raw vegan chick, I was like, that's cool. She was following me. I wasn't following her yet, but I had like communicated with her before. I followed her right back, I was like, hey girl, Ava, shout out to Ava in case she watches this. Hopefully I'll see her around again. I also ran into a friend that I met in Ecuador, a raw vegan dude from the UK today. And, it was just like synchronicity. We're meant to see each other, right? Richard says, what do you think is the base cause of why there's so much division and war in this world? Is that just a natural part of humans? As we awaken more, I feel we have the power to unite. Yes, that unity consciousness, unification consciousness is available right now. And that's actually the essence of the Holy Fire Reiki energy that I work with. It's Usui Holy Fire Reiki energy, and the Holy Fire energy in particular. This is a symbol you get at the master level, which it sounds like your partner is on that track, because you have to be a master in order to teach the classes. The frequency and the function of the Holy Fire Master symbol is actually unification consciousness. That's what it's all about. That's what it does. And what's so cool is it unifies your consciousness, like for the person who has the energy, right? So it's like suddenly, like all of my energy comes together. It makes sense and is integrated and whole, all right? That unification has to happen first on an individual level, okay? And then, this is my understanding too, like then it can start rippling out, right? And then I'm empowering that. I'm embodying it. I've healed it. There's one less person out there who's not in, a unity consciousness space. I'm embodying it, and then I'm spreading it all over the place. I'm holding that frequency, and people are feeling it around me, whether we have a conversation or not. And then, that's coming through anytime a person with Holy Fire energy is actually doing a Reiki session, doing something like this, giving a training. So, yes, I think the more we awaken, and we are awakening too, like, is happening. World is on track. I have been blessed to be able to really, really zoom out in big picture things with the help of Jesus. And it's like, no, like everything's actually good. The world's on track to become a space of unity consciousness. That being said, we don't need to just sit back and I'm not going to do any personal development or like show up on my life purpose. No, like we all do need to do our personal work, do our life purposes. The world, like, manifesting that positive trajectory and timeline is contingent upon us all stepping up, us light workers, us people who are embodying that awakening consciousness, that unity consciousness, and doing our part, our unique individual parts to bring that to fruition. So this is by no means like, oh, be lazy, don't worry about it, it's already set in stone. It's like, no, it happened because all of us right now stepped up, okay, and brought more light onto the earth, and like woke up ourselves, healed ourselves, started healing others, waking up other people. So it's not an excuse to just like sit back and, let Jesus do it or something. What is the base cause of why there's so much division and war in the world? Is this a natural part of humans? That's a great question to feel into. And that's one of the functions of Reiki is, once you have the energy, you can ask it, because it's a high source of consciousness, like these questions, and see what comes up for you with that answer. It's a great way to contemplate these deep metaphysical concepts, these deep existential issues, and actually be answered from a higher source, without going on the Google or the online or anything, right? Like it's, or asking someone else like myself, right? It's like, no, once you have the energy, you can directly, I ask big stuff like this all the time, and, I don't expect an immediate answer. I just like hold the space of that curiosity and say, let me know when you're ready. I'll keep being open and putting myself in situations and in levels of awareness so that these answers can come through, whether that's me just walking on the beach and not listening to anything, just being present for that walk on the beach, and having activated Reiki like a million times already in the day, like it'll come answer me. So human nature, I know it's like, gosh, human nature too gets such a bad rap. Like, oh, we're just like gonna fight. We're just gonna, like, we're bad. We can't do anything right. Like we can't stick to healthy habits. Human nature, oh, it's just human. Like mess up all the time. And I don't think it's human nature to be divisive and to be killing each other and at war. What I think is, what has come to me about this question is that the world, the earth right now at present, it's a physical realm, meaning we're in body, we're 3D, there's matter, there's wood, there's solid things, right? It's physical world. It's also a dual realm, okay? Meaning there is love, there is fear. There is war, there is peace. There is rich, there is poor. There is black, white, light, dark, up, down. All of these polarities. Yes, no. It's a dual realm. And I think there are realms and levels of consciousness that are non-dual, where division and war and separation, for example, would not be, because there's just the oneness, there's just the love that is, there's just the goodness. And these are great beings to work with, great realms to go to. And it's my understanding that the world it's in an ascension process. It's a physical ascension process where the world will stay physical. It'll stay 3D and material. It'll stay where we're able to be in human bodies. But that duality will, as we adopt this frequency of unity consciousness, this frequency of harmonic creation, we will come in like this, like together, into oneness, where there's not that separation, there's not that duality, polarity, and there's just the love. There's just the love, the peace, the compassion, various manifestations of love. And there's that awareness that, I don't know, like I think we'll stay in separate bodies and everything too, but there will be just this awareness of like truly I am you and you are me and we are one and we are all together, but like we're in separate bodies. Like nobody's fallen under that illusion that they're really like in it alone, or not supported, or not just like, we're really all just brothers and sisters and family here. So that's what comes up when I reflect on those questions, that this division and war, it's not like a pre-program of the human nature. I think it is a reality of being in a dual realm, which is where Earth is at right now. I don't think it's like humans are bad or humans' fault. It's just humans need tools to transcend this aspect of the dual realm and the shadow. And like, that's what we signed up for too. Like, we wanted that. We're like, yeah, this will be cool. This will be like cool time to grow. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be confusing. We're gonna forget everything. Have to remember. Have to wake up. Like, we wanted that. Like, I know it's like insane, but I think that's what we all signed up for. And and it actually is. It's exciting, and we get to be the pioneers who bring about an Earth where there's not division and war, and there's acknowledgement of the sacredness of the planet, and everybody gets that, and like the sacredness of each other, and we can actually share this beautiful planet and enjoy it together, and not like fight over it, or like divide it all up in weird ways. I think that's where we're headed. So great questions, Richard, and everybody. I appreciate y'all. So much. Any other questions? I'm just writing some notes so I remember what we talked about from my description of this video. Dual realm. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Something I wanted to talk about was, I was like, this is a different perspective I could share. Who is Reiki not for? Reiki is not for you if ... Okay? If you like to suffer, Reiki's not for you. If you like to struggle, Reiki's not for you. If you like it the hard way, Reiki's not for you. If you like to be drained of energy, Reiki's not for you. You don't want to heal the unhealthy aspects of your ego, Reiki's not for you. You don't want to enhance and empower the healthy aspects of your ego, Reiki's not for you. You don't want to enjoy shadow work, Reiki's not for you. keep hating your shadow work. You don't want help healing a physical ailment, even chronic ones who haven't healed with anything else. Don't do Reiki. You don't want to help healing your mind and dysfunctional thought patterns. What dysfunctional thought patterns? Reiki's not for you. You don't want help navigating your emotions and opening back up to your capacity to feel and how to be in the world with this renewed feeling ability. Reiki's not for you. You don't want any spiritual awakening whatsoever. You want to stay asleep. Reiki's not for you. You only want dogma. Reiki's not for you. You only want to be told what to do and to follow it blindly and not think for yourself or feel for yourself. Reiki's not for you. You have no interest in unlocking and empowering your inner guidance. Reiki's not for you. You have no interest healing from cultural conditioning, programming, and the collective shadows of humanity by gender, sex, sexual identity, ability, race, ethnicity, religion, belief system, species, or any other category used to classify and separate human beings. Then Reiki's not for you. You have no desire to heal ancestral trauma or any trauma that may have been passed on through your family and DNA. Reiki's not for you. You prefer to remain ignorant about why you are here, or allow others to prescribe to you reasons why you are here and what is expected of you. Reiki's not for you. You like feeling exactly how you feel, and you do not believe that you can feel even one tiny little bit better than you do right now. Then Reiki's not for you. You hate personal growth. Reiki's not for you. You hate spiritual awakening. Reiki's not for you. You hate healing. You love feeling like terrible. Reiki's not for you. You love taking psych meds, pharmaceuticals, going to doctors, and being totally powerless over your wellness. Reiki's not for you. You hate feeling good. Reiki's not for you. You hate being in the flow. What flow? It doesn't exist. Reiki's not for you. You hate synchronicities. Reiki's not for you. You love being in the fear vibration. Reiki's not for you. You love your negative thoughts and self-sabotaging behaviors. Reiki's not for you. You love your addictions, and you never want to experience what it's like to let them go and finally be free. Reiki's not for you. You love feeling trapped. You love feeling less than, controlled, like a victim, worthless, powerless, helpless, and like you don't matter at all. You're just dust in the wind and you want it to stay that way. Then Reiki's not for you. You believe that by never growing or healing, you are only hurting yourself, and it has no effect on others or the world, and basically it does not matter. You staying sick is for the highest good. You staying unhealthy doesn't bring anyone else down. Then Reiki's not for you. You have no interest revealing your gifts, talents, skills, and mastery that are already within you, and feeling empowered to enjoy the process of adding to the abundance of blessings that are within you already. Then Reiki's not for you. You don't want to enjoy life and feel like a divine human creator of beauty, love, joy, and upliftment. Then Reiki's not for you. The thing is, I say all this, joking, but also serious. Like, Reiki is definitely for anybody that resonates with even one of those. It would be a great help, really. It would be a great help. Reiki's for everyone, y'all. Reiki's for everyone. Reiki it's truly for everybody. It's not an exclusive club. You don't have to be a certain way. You just have to sign up for a training and come with a genuine heart and be open to receive healing, receive gifts. And even, if you're like, I don't even know, just be open. Be open. Come with a genuine heart. That's all that's required. You don't have to be a certain way at all. You just have to give permission. That's the key. But yeah, I hope that if any of those resonate with anybody, that you will consider actually getting Reiki. Like Reiki would help you, even if you hold any of those beliefs. Of course, you might have to allow some wiggle room, so you may be open to feeling better, for example. But yeah, like, we get locked into our beliefs here. We get really identified with certain beliefs, ways of being, so identified with them that we don't realize we even have them, and that we're operating from that space, and that they're negatively affecting us, and that we could actually be free of these thoughts and behaviors. And Reiki shines the light of awareness there on those thoughts and behaviors, and just lifts them away, and okay, like, I like the whole light of awareness thing. But if you're like, I don't even want to really be aware, just heal me, that'll happen too. I like to know everything that's going on. That's just my nature. I'm really curious. I like to know how things work. And that's why I've gone through life, and I've like studied a lot of different things. I'll dive in head first into the deep end of any topic that really resonates or interests me. And why I think and know that Reiki is going to be like a life path for me, a spiritual path, and not just like, oh, Taylor's next thing that she's really into for 5 seconds, is because I can't ever understand it fully, that it's a mystery at a fundamental level, and that, you know, we can't ever really know like what that source of awareness is. And, you know, the more answers I get, the more questions I have. And finally I found something that's like as big enough as I need to fulfill my intellectual hunger, curiosity, as well as my desire and like just totally idealistic nature of believing in miracles and magic and all of these things that, you know, we're told is not real. It's like, no, I beg to differ. It's pretty cool, y'all. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to get the magic back in your life. It's pretty cool to call that one back in. It's pretty cool to realize, yeah, you're idealistic, and like that's a strain. All these ways people may have told you, you know, oh, you're too sensitive, you're an empath, you're idealistic, you're not like, you know, tapped into reality. Like the moment you realize these are all actual strengths, like you're a weirdo, oh, that's superpower. This is very, very empowering space to be in, and that's what I wish for you. That's what I wish for each of us, because, you know, for the world to get to this next evolution, incarnation, physical ascension process to happen, we really do all gotta step up, and that's what I'm doing here. Is I'm stepping up, and what I'm offering is a way to empower you to step up, you know, in whatever your unique way of stepping up is. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You already know. You just got to remember and touch back into that. And Reiki energy will give you the power, the energy to do that, and then a system of tools and techniques to use Reiki to help you every step along that way. You know, Reiki can be a new best friend. It can become a new spiritual teacher. It can become a business partner. It can become a board of directors. It can become an inner guidance. It can become, you know, pretty much anything you need. A mother, a father, a spouse. Like, yeah, just, you know, a good time, a shoulder to cry on, just a support, an instantaneous healing, an instantaneous like warm blanket, a protection. You know, I was realizing today that this one protection prayer I always say is really good, you know, ladies in particular, but I don't want to be like exclusive to that. Anybody who's ever felt like undressed with someone else's eyes. I know as a woman I've experienced this a lot, like being kind of like looked at like a piece of meat or something. This one prayer that I have that I will share in the training, it's so good for that. It's so good for just like being in this bubble of protection where, you know, if someone's like trying to undress you with their eyes or like looking at you just like that kind of low vibe way, it doesn't touch you. That invasion of energetic space, just it doesn't happen. It just doesn't stick. It's really, really good in a world where it's, you know, so many of us women, and maybe men as well, and every gender in between, every shade, put on weight to like protect from that kind of thing, you know, and then have trouble losing weight in order to like stay protected from that unwanted sexual attention. I've been there for sure. And now as a slender girl, it's like, it's really nice to to have that energetic protection available again in my toolkit, so that, you know, I'm not drawn to self-sabotage and like put a bunch of fat back on so that I can be protected from that. It's like, that's not going to work anyway. That's going to create, you know, disease and me not feeling good in my skin. So yeah, there's tools and techniques for all sorts of things you wouldn't really think of, and that's what I love about this Reiki journey. So yeah, I've been going here for a while. As always, y'all, please share this if you felt some healing. Join the class if you're interested. If you have questions, DM me. The link to register for the training is in my bio. It's also in the YouTube description. And that is happening in May online. All you need is an internet connection. I'll send you manuals. You will have all the 3D of, you know, how do you do it, as well as getting the energy itself placed directly in you. And yeah, it's sure to be a healing weekend and a good time. And I'm so excited for the divinely ordered class of classmates of Reiki fam to come together, because it really is. It's a returning and calling back in of soul family. Yeah, sure to be a very connective event, a connective, good bonding time. You know, soul family, right? In this world where it's easy to feel disconnected, no matter how many friends we have online or followers or whatever, or, you know, how many people are frankly living in our house, right? It can be lonely, especially if you're on a health journey or a spiritual journey. Y'all, I'm like the queen. I've been through so many friendships, so many relationships, and they just have not lasted, like continuously shedding and saying hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, you know, I wish you well. So like to actually find and keep collecting and generating more of these lasting, deeper connections, that is where it's at. That is medicine for the soul. So that's another like added bonus of these types of trainings, as you meet soul family, and it's beautiful to be reminded and remind each other who we truly are and what we're capable of together on this planet, and just not feel so dang alone in our own problems and lives, and disconnected and separated from each other. Yeah, to enjoy that unity consciousness together and co-create that and harmonize that and synergize that together. So I'm sending y'all lots and lots of love, as always. You know, reach out to me. Thanks for being here. We'll be back again tomorrow. I have no idea what time. I'm actually moving to a different Airbnb or to a different cabin. So hopefully their internet connection is good. If it's not, there's another place where I'll live stream from. So it's not an issue. It's just a matter of timing and then location, and we'll make it happen. Mwah! Much love to all of you. Buenas noches. Good night. Shine on.